targets 2022 as deadline for completion of Obudu Airport. Federal government pledges to invest more in talents and ideas that will address the nation's needs. Plus, Calabar residents call on relevant government agencies to rise to the challenge of road repairs. Details and more shortly. Good evening and welcome to the news. I am Justina Etam. Bringing life back to Obudu Ranch Resorts and establishing the state as hub for tourism in Nigeria is the propelling force behind the ongoing construction of the Obudu Passenger and Cargo International Airports. This is the take of Cross River State Governor Professor Ben Ayade during an inspection to the facility, as he expressed optimism that the airport project will be completed in the second quarter of 2022. The governor inspected the firefighting and utility buildings, now at the last stage, as well as the main terminal building, almost completed, describing the airport as the link between the south and northern Nigeria, just as the superhighway and Bakassi deep sea ports. The governor used the opportunity to invite the Federal Ministry of Aviation to the site to assess the progress of work. Speaking on behalf of the state governor with Government House correspondents, Senior Special Advisor on Technical Matters to the governor, Eric Akbo, assures that given the level of work at the airport, the April 2022 completion target will be achievable.
Looking at the all the obstacles, the analysis was taken. This is where we have the required length, for the runway, which is about 5.6 kilometers of what we need for the runway. So this was the best location for the airport. That's what I meant, considering the site selection. Of course, we all know we have other local governments which had, more level ground, but the need for this airport in relation to the tourism, of the state, and all of that, the proximity to the Obudu Cattle Ranch, Obudu Mountain Resort, makes it the best location for the airport to be sited. That is why we have to go through this whole cutting process, to get the runway to the formation level.
The Obudu Passenger and Cargo International Airport has a 5.6 meters runway, the longest in Nigeria, to enable both tourism and business thrive around the ranch environments. The federal government will continue to invest more in talents and ideas that address the nation's needs through local content. Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Ogbonnaya Onu, gave the assurance at the presentation of Quick Win projects as the National Space Research and Development Agency. Adebola Brooklyn Sunday reports.
For about 6 months, these scientists and engineers from the Center for Satellite Technology Development of the Nigerian Space Agency, NASDA, were engaged in the design and construction of some quick-win projects aimed at fast-tracking indigenous satellite design in Nigeria.
If I launch this CubeSat to, say, one of the forests around Kaduna, Zamfara axis, I don't need to go physically because maybe they have IEDs on ground. So if I go with boots on ground, I can easily get exploded. But if I get a constellation of these satellites, all they need to do is give me data. And because they are launched at lower altitude, the resolution is higher.
Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, Edith Sunday Akpan, who represented the minister at the exhibition, commended the project managers.
Resources are being devoted to make sure that in all sectors of technological advancement, we must be there in terms of paying attention, committing resources, and giving everyone the encouragement that they need.
For the Director General of the agency, Dr. Ali Lushaba, the impactful projects with about 98% locally sourced components are in line with Executive Order 005 of the federal government.
We have a lot we can do, and the society has a lot to gain. So we are now not only stopping at the research, we want to go into the development, like even some spin-offs that are not showed here. We are going to develop them further so that Nigerians will benefit from them.
We will produce a space-qualified satellite. That is our directions. All these things you've seen today, especially from the mechanical engineering and the electrical, they are part of the subsystems of satellites, and we are doing them in blocks.
Altitude determination and control system, CubeSats, and unmanned ground vehicle are some of the projects showcased by the agency. Adebola Brooksland Sunday, NTA News.
Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission, HYPADEC, is to train 460 youths and build 2,000 two-bedroom apartments in addition to other infrastructure in communities affected by flood in Kogi State. This was revealed at a one-day stakeholders meeting on dissemination of reports on the outcome of needs assessment exercise carried out by the Commission in flood-affected areas of the state. Correspondent Solomon Aigedin reports.
The needs assessment exercise carried out in communities ravaged by flood was targeted at identifying issues and level of devastation leading to expected intervention by HYPADEC to better the loss of the people. 12 local government areas of the state were covered by enumerators, capturing over 3,000 households in the exercise. Notable areas of devastation as presented in the needs assessment report of Kogi State include farmland, health, water, education, erosion control, shelter, and road rehabilitation. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer, HYPADEC, Abubakar Sadiq Yelwa, acknowledged the enormity of the task ahead of the Commission and saw the collaboration of both the federal and Kogi State governments to fulfill its obligations to the people.
We are very, very encouraged with the involvement of the state government. We are encouraged with the involvement of the traditional institutions. You have seen the presence of all the relevant stakeholders. We believe this collaboration will lead us to the promised land.
Our technical partners have identified some place where they want to build some houses for the people, but we need the proper documentation of the land, and this is where the state government's assistance for facilitation is urgently required.
Governor Yahaya Bello, represented by his deputy Edward Onoja, commended HYPADEC for its commitment to improve the living condition of the people of Kogi State and urged the Commission to speed up the implementation of its intervention programs for the benefit of the people.
I want to appreciate HYPADEC and the funding partners for their commitment to training about 490 Kogi youths, and also spelling out very clearly that 10% will be for people living with disabilities and 30% will be for women. We've taken notes of your observations and the things you have said we should, as a government, do.
The Commission is making a statement that it means business.
The HYPADEC have shown us that yes, we are not to be abandoned by anybody in the society.
Aside road rehabilitation and erosion control, the state is expected to benefit from the provision of solar-powered and hand-pump boreholes, health institutions, motorcycles to vigilante groups to boost security, as well as school rehabilitation projects. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
The phrase, when people are not informed, they are deformed, was the reason for a courtesy visit by the Federal Commissioner, Public Complaints Commission, in charge of Cross River State to the management of NTA Calabar. Odialenyo reports that the Federal Commissioner, Obi-Owan, led the team of management of the Commission on the visit.
The Federal Commissioner, Steve Owen, highlighted the mandate of the Public Complaints Commission to include administrative injustice and malpractices while soliciting for synergy with the Nigerian Television Authority Calabar for adequate information dissemination to increase public awareness on the right channel to handle any administrative challenges.
And then we are pretty happy with the engagement so far. The GM and the entire crew of the NTA here in Calabar have been wonderful. We look forward to a more productive relationship going forward, and especially because I believe in NTA and I believe in its capacity to send forth our information. That's exactly why we are here, and like we are going around also to seek for this cooperation. People really do not know the Public Complaints Commission does not have the responsibility to sell itself to the public. But we are deliberately doing what we are doing so that institutions as good as the NTA can help us in that direction.
The General Manager NTA Calabar Sam Olalude assured his visitors of good working relationship in publicizing the activities of the Commission for people with administrative cases to channel same to the appropriate quarters for necessary action.
Public television station, and you are from the Public Complaint Commission too. So our mandate is quite similar. The work of NTA is to propagate the activities of government primarily. And one of the activities of government is the public is in your agency or your commission. So we welcome you for this partnership. A lot of people don't know that when you partner with NTA, there are a lot of leverages you're going to get. One, Public Complaint Commission, now that you have explained administrative lapses, the only way the grassroots people can know it is when you reach out to them. And in reaching out to them, what is the channel in reaching out? But the one that will come with visuals, that will be able to interpret what you are saying more, is the television.
Public Complaints Commission, established in 1975, is saddled with the responsibility of investigating and conducting research in ministries, departments, agencies, companies, and its officials, as well as to restore the dignity of man, enthroned rule of law, and protection of individual and organization against administrative injustice in Nigeria. In Calabar, Ode Alenyo, NTA News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has presented certificates of return to the Anambra State Governor-elect, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, and his deputy, Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim. The event, which took place at INEC headquarters in Oka, was witnessed by many Apga chieftains. The event, which took place at INEC headquarters in Oka, was witnessed by many Apga chieftains, amidst other party supporters. Ngozi Okafo reports.
The ceremony is in compliance with Section 75 of Electoral Act 2010 as amended, which mandates INEC to issue a certificate of return to the governor and deputy-elect of Anambra State, signifying that they won the just concluded 2021 Guber election and satisfied the constitutional and legal requirements in Section 179 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Performing the ceremony, Supervising National Commissioner for Anambra State, Festus Okoye, on behalf of INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, who recalled how the Commission surmounted the difficult circumstances encountered before the successful election, urged the incoming governor to strive to deliver commensurate to what is being celebrated today.
As you know, the tenure of the incumbent governor of Anambra State will expire on 17th day of March 2022. The implication is that the governor and deputy governor-elect will not assume office immediately.
Professor Chukwuma Soludo, while pledging to live up to what is expected of him, and with full of appreciations, thanked especially President Muhammadu Buhari for his unalloyed support by providing a level playing ground for a successful election in Anambra State.
Let the votes count, and only votes counted. You don't have subterfuge to collect anything. That way, Nigeria will be on course to attend this presidency.
What we are assuring the Anambra as Apga faithfuls is that Soludo's administration will definitely be better than that of His Excellency Dr. Willie Obiano.
By this, it now behoves on Professor Soludo to bring his professional training.
And now on legal matters, the attention of the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice has been drawn to a confession of an alleged suspect during interrogation linking his involvement to the recent invasion of the residence of Justice of the Supreme Court, Mary Peter Odili. A statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Public Relations, Office of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Dr. Umar Jibrilu Gwandu, describes the confessional statements as untrue. He stated that with all the competent high-level professionals and capable human resources available at the disposal of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, it only takes the imagination of the evil mind to assume or think that the Justice Minister will descend so low to engaging a quack or fake police officer to serve as his consultant. The alleged suspect is therefore being asked to present documents of engagements where he ever worked as a consultant to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. Meanwhile, investigation to unravel the circumstances and personalities behind the invasion is ongoing. Let's take a while to pay some bills. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Maintenance of internal roads is expected to be carried out on regular basis to ensure potholes do not deteriorate to ditches as experienced in some areas within Calabar metropolis. Oduak Etam reports that the motorists and residents of those affected areas are therefore calling on relevant government agencies to rise to the challenge of road repairs as this has hampered economic activities.
Some of the affected areas are Winners Road, Esoutan by NNPC Depot, Eastern Bypass, Old Adiabo Road, and a major part of Calabar South local government area. Residents and motorists say the deplorable state of the road does not depict Cross River State as a tourism destination. They, however, believe that if the roads are maintained, it will enhance the aesthetics of the metropolis and in turn attract tourists.
The road does not speak well of Cross River State. People are coming in here every day. Entrepreneurs are coming in. Investors are coming in. Even people that are coming to explore the other side of it. If you go here, we have international ports and do other investment. So it is not speaking well of us.
I'm not happy about the road. Even as I'm coming this morning, the goods I was carrying, the way the bike was moving, I don't know. It's just by the grace of God we are surviving this road.
Others who also lament the impact of the deplorable state of the road called for quick intervention.
The road is very bad, very condemned. In fact, what we are experiencing here is slowing back our business. And in fact, so many of our customers are refusing to come and lift product here in NNPC due to the bad roads. So government should come to our aids so that our business will move freely.
It has been affecting our business for a good while. So we are begging on government and other reasonable agencies to come to our aid. Talk to them, let them come and help us, at least do the potholes.
We plead with the government that it should come to our hand. That our life is very, very important.
Well, 2 months ago precisely, a truck loaded PMS fell along that road. You can see as the road is very bad for us. So I still plead for the state governor. Let him just try and see what he can do concerning this our road.
These residents are therefore, as a matter of urgent public interest, appealing to relevant agencies to come to their aid. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
As the year winds to an end, people tend to strive hard in order to meet up with set targets and expectations as at this time of the year. In the process, many engage in vehicular movements and along the line lose focus on safety consciousness and engage in overspeeding, recklessness on the road and night journeys. Uduak Ekem reports that as Nigerians embark on the end-of-year festivities and other demands of the season, stakeholders caution on maintenance of set speed to enjoy quality road experience.
Ember months are characterized with lots of festivities resulting in increased human and vehicular movements in and out of cities. Embracing a road safety culture during and after Ember months is key to avoid accidents on the road.
It's to ensure the drivers have a particular speed limit so they don't actually
get into bad holes and stumblings on the road.
They should work on the bad roads.
They should drive carefully, and government should enforce the road safety to carry on their duty.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has, however, cautioned motorists to comply with traffic regulations, avoid night journeys, maintain speed limits, as violators of traffic rules will be sanctioned.
We have extended our campaign to motor parks. Every Sunday we do send our members to the churches where they continue with the advocacy on sensitizing the public.
While stating modalities put in place to ensure road crashes are reduced, the sector commander Cross River State notes that the command will continue to sensitize the public on the need to be safety conscious, especially in this season.
Apart from ensuring that the zebra crossings are put in place, we send our special marshal, which is the second arm of the Federal Road Safety Corps, to do speed calming, to ensure that vehicles that get close to zebra crossing are made to slow down and stop for pedestrians to freely and safely cross the road.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, however, advised motorists to ensure their vehicles are in proper conditions before embarking on any journey. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
The death has occurred of Madam Teresa Lily Odu of Kakwagom Village, Boki local government area in Cross River State. Madam Teresa Lily Odu died at the ripe age of 93 years. She was an accomplished farmer, a community leader, and advocate of peace and communality. She will be buried on Saturday, November 13, 2021, in Kakwagom, Boki local government area in Cross River State. She is survived by 8 children. Grandchildren, great-grandchildren, among whom is Mr. Gabriel Odu, Manager News and Current Affairs, NTA Headquarters, Abuja. Finally, a recap of the top stories. The state government says it is targeting 2022 as deadline for completion of Obudu airports. The federal government has pledged to invest more in talents and ideas that will address the nation's need. It was also in the news that the residents of Calabar are calling on relevant government agencies to rise to the challenge of road repairs. That's all on the news. Thank you so much for watching.